Hi guys, Dazzie's back with another of my hot comic book alerts. This time it's episode 242. Do you know the score? You say, wait to know, man. What have I got for you? I've just been watching season 5 of Supergirl with my boys. Always a good watch. It always introduces and unearths characters that many of us don't know about. So you get digging and you start researching some of these minor characters to see where they first appeared. Like I said, there are a few new characters flying into Supergirl for season 5, and one of them is Andrea Rojas, aka the Mexican superhero Akrata. Now, those who know Akrata from the comics may feel a bit unfamiliar with this version of the character, who appears in the CW series, played by Veronica Mars's alum Julie Gonzalo. Here's Julie Gonzalo, guys. Now, the shadowy vigilante has been remixed to fit into the world of the show, where she'll join Lena Luthor as another high-powered executive that Kara will have to contend with. Now, the major question is whether or not Akrata will be an ally to Supergirl, like she is in the comics, or if she'll end up being one of her greatest foes. Now, according to Deadline, Supergirl's Akrata will first be introduced as her daytime persona, Andrea Rojas, and that's what I've just seen. Now, Andrea is a polished businesswoman and heir to a Central American tech empire, which is poised to make a hostile advance into the world of media. Described as an unapologetic and an unafraid to make waves, Andrea will likely clash with Kara in the workplace before Kara discovers that Andrea also wields mystical powers as Akrata. Now, in the comics, Akrata is pretty much the polar opposite of a polished businesswoman. In fact, she's vocally anti-establishment and anti-authority. Created by writers Oscar Pinto and Francisco Hagenberg and artist Giovanni Barberia, Akrata first appears alongside Mexican superheroes Iman and El Muerto in Superman Annual 12 from the 1987 series. Now, while teaming up to stop a terrorist attack in Mexico City, the three heroes run into Superman. And who's there as Clark Kent reporting on a story. And both Akrata and El Muerto are quick to dismiss Superman, with El Muerto snapping, "He fights for the American way. What has this Superman done for our country?" Now, Akrata is the only one to outright walk away from Superman, telling him she doesn't trust an outsider enough to share her information about the terrorists. Now, Akrata works the case separately and eventually runs back into Superman and the rest, and together they all team up to take down an organised crime ring. Now, Akrata then graffitis a wall with the William Pitt quote, "Where law ends, tyranny begins." A new anchor covering the fight says that, much like Batman, Akrata is considered a vigilante who's trying to bring order to the chaos of the city, just like Batman. Akrata also wears a full head cowl on top of the black outfit, which pretty effectively conceals her identity. Akrata is a fitting hero for Mexico City, as her powers are the stuff of ancient South American lore. Akrata draws powers from an ancient Mayan symbol, which gives her the ability to teleport through shadows. And she wears the Mayan symbol on her forehead, which allows her to tap into the old magic from the ancient civilization. And she combines her shadow powers with a skilled hand-to-hand combat, making her a pretty formidable foe on par with Bruce Wayne himself. Now, in the comics, it's unknown how Andrea stumbled across the symbol and became Akrata. It's possible her powers are a result of her father's work. In Supergirl, that symbol may be the key to understanding why Andrea sits atop a tech empire. Has she used Mayan magic to gain the upper hand on her business deals? Possibly. Or like Bruce Wayne, her money and connections simply allow her freedom to act out as Akrata in the nighttime. Now, while Supergirl may introduce Akrata with different backstory and motives, here's hoping that ultimately Akrata sides with Supergirl, as she did with Superman in both the comics and previously in CW Smallville. In Smallville, Akrata had super strength and an outfit similar to Batman's, since Batman himself could not appear in the show of course, due to copyright. Now, with Lena Luthor coming more into her power and more determined than ever to take down Supergirl, a Batman-esque ally may just be who Kara needs. And in this day and age, a Latina superhero who literally draws pride and strength from her own culture is what viewers need too. So, I've got a picture of a Akrata that appeared in the comics. Here is a picture of Akrata as shown in her first appearance. So, what is the book, guys? It's a book you can get online for between £3 and £4. I picked one up. This is the issue, guys, from December 1999, Annual 12 of Superman, the first appearance of Akrata. Get out there, get digging, see what you can find. It's also got the first appearance of Duran. Okay, but Akrata is Andrea Rojas, who is now in Supergirl, and she's about to get her powers. Don't let me down. Get digging. Cheap and cheerful. Bye for now.